Right on schedule. People around failed former president and convicted felon Donald Trump are starting to float the idea that he shouldn't go to the debate with Joe Biden that is scheduled for just 2.5 weeks from now. We are 16 days away from the first presidential debate, June 27th, between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. And Sean Hannity is now floating the idea, maybe Donald Trump shouldn't go. And I can assure you, Hannity wouldn't be doing this unless this is something someone floated to him, and probably someone close to Trump. So we'll read into it in a moment. Take a listen from last night.
Now, there are some even saying, Mark, that Donald Trump might be wise to just pass on the first debate, wait till he's nominated, then debate him. What would you say to that?
So do not be confused here. There are some people saying is code for this has been fed to me with Trump's approval. Hannity wouldn't randomly start talking on Fox News, which is a agenda set for the right. Fox News is an agenda setting network, and Hannity has an agenda setting show. He would not be saying it unless this was the message they were starting to push. And by the way, in a way, it makes sense that maybe Trump doesn't want to show up and debate. Did you see his rant over the weekend about sharks and batteries and MIT? If you saw this and ask yourself, how is this guy going to hold it together for a debate with Joe Biden? I agree with why Sean Hannity is saying this. This clip I'm going to play for you here epitomizes why it makes sense for Trump to be rethinking this whole debating Biden.
A very short period of time. So I said, let me ask you a question. And he said, nobody ever asked this question. And it must be because of MIT, my relationship to MIT. Very smart. He goes, I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice that? A lot of shark. I watched some guys justifying it today. Well, they weren't really that angry. They bit off the young lady's leg because of the fact that they were not hungry, but they misunderstood who she was. These people are crazy. He said there's no problem with sharks. They just didn't really understand a young woman swimming now really got decimated, and other people too. A lot of shark attacks. So I said, so there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat, 10 yards, or here. Do I get electrocuted? If the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking. Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted? Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, nobody's ever asked me that question. I said, I think it's a good question. I think there's a lot of electric current coming through that water. But you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time.
Those 85 seconds of sheer confusion and terror are enough to make anybody think twice about sending that man to debate the president of the United States. So they are starting to lay the groundwork for Trump to back out if he decides that he has to, with just 16 days to go. Hannity's mentioning it because it is an approved message now. Will Trump back out or will he debate? I want to hear from you. Email me, info@davidpakman.com, and let me know. Will Trump ultimately debate or will he back out? And by the way, if you think it's Biden who's going to back out, let me know. The MAGA right is insisting that Biden is going to have some kind of epiphany, some awakening in the next 16 days, or his staffers will say, he's demented, we can't have him debate, and that it is Biden who will back out. If you believe Biden will back out of the debate, by all means, let me know. info@davidpakman.com. We'll see what's on people's minds as far as this goes and follow up on it tomorrow or Thursday. Very quick break. We'll hear from a sponsor or two, and then the show will continue. Everybody is unique, and it seems that our healthcare should be as well. You can often feel rushed at the doctor, or you get generic advice that you end up taking with a grain of salt. Many people don't even know there are options out there for a more personalized healthcare experience, which is why I'm excited to introduce our sponsor, Wild Health. Founded by two emergency room physicians, Wild Health takes a proactive and preventative approach to healthcare called precision medicine. They use your genetics, biometrics, lifestyle data just to help you figure out what do you need as far as nutrition and exercise, sleep, and more, just to function at your best right now and in the long run. I love what Wild Health is doing. I can see everything in one place on my health report. It's giving me a ton of insights that are actionable, and they do a really good job of helping me understand the results and the improvements I can make. My audience gets 20% off the cost of membership. Go to wildhealth.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman at checkout. Make this commitment to yourself. Take control of your health today. The link is down below.